Hey guys, welcome to the stream. It was a little bit of a rush to get this set up because it's been about 2 months since I've been able to do an Ecto build because it took them about 2 months to get me this issue, and this issue came with quite a bit. There's the parts, there's the base that it came with, there's replacement license plate because the original one, this one here, a lot of people complained about, and I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't have lines on all sides. They said a replacement license plate. I'll be replacing it just because they provided it. The one in the movie actually goes underneath the metal. Yes, I actually shaved. I shaved my head and my face, Eric. But the one in the movie actually goes behind the metal on the bumper. The one it doesn't here. It's just hidden or it's cut off. So they sent out a replacement license plate. If I remember right, this is what I worked on last, I believe, and I just was digging through parts to make sure I had everything out. I believe these wires came in the last packs. I know the steering wheel was in the last packs. So let me switch cameras. Okay, for a second there it looked like I lost the stream. Let me switch cameras so that you guys can see if it catches up. You guys can see what, that's better. It was upside down. The base. And I can't even get far enough back to put the base completely in screen. I can tell I'm overtaxing my computer. I'm not sure if this is still showing. It looks like Droid Cam has frozen. So let me try switching and see. Yeah, this camera froze, so I'm going to go ahead and stop having Droid Cam lose its mind. And I'm going to stop this one so that it's not, the cameras or the computer's not being overtaxed, and neither is Droid Cam. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this, a lot to remember where I was at. This thing is, when it gets done, it's going to be pretty awesome, I think. So let me see. Let me switch to that. Okay. So and I know you're here, Eric, and I know part of the reason you come here. One of the reasons you come here is for the Goofy Cam. I know that. Any of you guys that are listening, watching and listening, that don't understand, Eric hates Goofy. I think it's just Disney so much that he hates, and he hates my Goofy because he thinks it's a Christmas Goofy. It's not a modeling Goofy where he's lost all control of his fiber optics, and those little light points are lights from fiber optics. So we've been having a ball throwing Goofy at him all the time here lately. And I'm sitting here thinking I'm being all cute and everything, and I'm on the wrong flipping camera. So there's Goofy. And if you see, look at him, Eric, he's got fiber optic wrapped around him. It's a problem with having 5 cameras set up and running right now. Okay, so let me go back to this one. No fire. And we'll open up the magazine and get on with the show. You know we wouldn't do it to you, Eric, if we didn't hate you. I mean, love you. Sorry, Freudian slip, man. So the first thing I'm going to do tonight, just because that way I get it out of the way and don't have to worry about it, is Remember where I put the screwdriver that is right here that you can see. Yeah. I've lost my mind. Have you seen it? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and replace this license plate. And oh, by the way, it was really entertaining. These ones here, these are awesome. I don't have to use them very often, but I love those glasses. So this pack that I'm working on was shipped out from Eagle Moss on the 8th of December. And supposedly got to my local post office, according to the tracking, on the 18th of December. But between Pitney Bowes and USPS, it only took them 2 months to deliver it to my house. And actually, to get it, I had to request another one be sent out because it just never showed up. It was lost forever. Man, I forgot how tight these screws were. Or do I have the wrong size head? Let me try a different one. And oh, by the way, anybody who listens now or is listening now or watches this later, stop by Rascal's Hobbies on Sundays because that's where we stream live. 4 of us, usually about 4 of us, are doing models over there, various ones. Eric was doing painting minis. I was working on the X-Wing aftermarket parts from Falcon 3D Parts. Donnie was working on a Black Widow aircraft, P-61 Black Widow. And I forget what Eric or what Spence was working on. I know he was working on a model. I think it was a figure that he was doing. So I actually like this plate fit a lot better. It is different size than it's a larger plate, so there is no room. That's right. Spence was doing his Michael Myers. I think, is that just a figure, Eric, or is I think it's a diorama, isn't it? Doesn't it have the house? I could be wrong. And I think he's doing that one for the HLI, Hobby Link International, run by Kenny Conklin for the Halloween group build. So it's actually going to be, it's actually a really good time there. And some of the stuff, like the X-Wing, if you follow my builds, the X-Wing, when I did the last live stream, I said that I was going to do the photo etch and the decals, not on camera. Well, I ended up doing it instead of not on camera. I ended up doing it on somebody else's channel. It is available out there. You can watch it through Eric's channel. And want to say 2 weeks from now, let me see. Yeah, next week will be the Pearl. Cheer, Eric. And the week after that will be the X-Wing. You'll see the work that went into that. So here's what I just realized. Did not realize this before. Is if you look at that, I don't know if you can tell, but this license plate is actually smaller. So what they did make it look like it was supposed to be back behind a piece of metal here. If they'd have wanted to do it this way, they should have put a chunk of metal over top the license plate. Neither here nor there. That's fixed now. There are certain other things that some people don't like. I'm not too concerned about it yet. I may or may not go back and light these lights up, and I may or may not go back and light the bumper lights up, the fog lights, because they're not lit, and neither are these. There are aftermarket kits for them, but I'm not putting any aftermarket into this kit yet. Nothing has grabbed my eye on it. So, on to stage 39, which is somewhere. In my rush to, oh, there it is. In my rush to get everything down here, because this has been up above me on a shelf on the shelf above me, which is actually where the camera's hanging from. Was so in up above this, on top of the shelf, because I didn't know how long it was going to be before I could actually do anything more on this. So let me open this. Here's something I don't know if I've mentioned to you guys or not before. I don't know if you guys were aware of this. This is an actual turn it upside right. This is an actual GM sponsored bill a little bit, or not bill, build. This is scannable to, I can scan this with my QR reader and it'll take me to the GM site so I can verify that these are actually GM parts. So in this one, I've got the glove box, the tree or the column for underneath the steering wheel. I think that's more of the column, more another dash part, a couple of the Copot stage 4. No, this is Copot stage 39. These are like the heater levers and blower levers. I think this one might actually be the radio, and there are aftermarkets for them as well. And I just realized I don't have my screw box. But now I do. So, like I usually do, and because I've rearranged my room a little bit, I've got a different table in here so I can actually spread out a little bit more. And have my screw boxes out of the way, along with my keyboard. Keyboard's got to go a little bit further. Hey Donnie, welcome to the stream. You weren't here, Donnie. You missed it. Eric got treated to the Goofy Cam again. And I explained a little bit about the Goofy Cam and where it came from for anybody who has not been part of the show. Let me guess, Eric, you're going to fire on me every time the Goofy Cam shows up. Okay, so BP and IP. So let me put my screws away like I usually do. Again, on the I talk about it on the Terminator quite regularly about how I have so many extra screws for this thing. They are going to, like I said, end up in a aircraft at some point as wait for the nose gear. Maybe even the F-16 I'm going to build for the HLI military veterans group build. And as always, I am drinking a bottle of homebrew. Hasn't gotten rough yet. If it does, I've got whiskey across the room. Okay, so going back on here, take the glove box, this part here, 39A. Okay, got a couple little pins here on the end here. Just, I mean, literally, this is just like a regular glove box. Spence, what up? Fire 3, Eric. Every time somebody shows up, Spence, I'm giving Eric a shot of the Goofy Cam. So the dashboard goes like this. Dashboard goes like this, and they want me to somehow finagle this part in here. Barely, it fits without fighting it too much, maybe. But finagle this in to where these pins, let's see, maybe it says, actually, if I go in from the back side the way you're supposed to, it fits. So what you do, Donnie, is you just find another kit that's not been started and take a picture of it. Don't listen, Kenny. Kenny's not on here. You're okay. Okay, so that goes on here. Then this piece here that I said was part of the dash has a couple of holes. It's got 2 holes in it and a keyway here and here. Well, you knew you were going to build another Corsair anyway, Donnie. Those line up with the screw holes. You can see them there and there. So I'll drop this down on top of here. And I need 4 BP screws. And similar to a actual glove box, it does have the tabs on either side that keep it from coming out. I'm not sure if you can see them because it's black on black. Let me get this thing closed. And I do like the detail of the silver knob there. That is pretty cool. Yeah, you, Donnie. I think it's been like 14 Corsairs you've built in the last month and a half. No, I want 4 black ones and not the silver ones. There's actually 2 different colors of the BP screws. There are the black ones like I'm working with now. That head's too big. And silver ones, which were from a couple of stages ago. How's it going, John? Welcome to the Ecto 1 build. Part 2, but actually 12. So these 4 screws go in to this part here, holding the glove box pins in place. When are you going to do a SR71, Eric? Because I will gladly join you in a buddy build. Of course, you and I are still in that buddy build with Don, who's the only one who has managed to get done on his Voyager buddy build. You and I are slacking. Gift can? What gift can? Oh, you mean, Don, you mean this one? Because we have somebody else who joined the stream. So, John, that's a running joke with me, Don, Spence, and Eric. Eric gets the butt of it because we keep sending him shots of Goofy. Sorry, Eric, didn't mean to make you barf. All right, so this dash part, let's see, 39E and 39F. Of course, they did this time. So usually when they give you identical pieces, there's something distinguishing them. This time they helped out a lot. I don't know if you can see that. There is an R on there. I think it's focusing. My Voyager's under the table still. It's going to get fixed soon. I got caught up in other things like the Secret Santa group build, which is also part of the Star Wars group build, the X-wing. Still had to finish the Protector, and I need to do videos on both of those. Make sure that's upside right. And mine's just been, I moved on to other stuff and I need to get back to it. You try the left one first. Oh, Donnie, the Voyager is under the table. It's one of my storage spaces. I have a lot of room in this place and a lot of tables, and so that's where I end up storing models in work. I have a lot of the, that's better. A lot of the buckets to store them in. Come on, line up. Why do I have a feeling I'm trying to put this one in backwards? So what's wrong with that model, John? Come on. I can see the pins, but I can't get them to push through. That's never good when the parts, there's no labels on the parts. I have a feeling I might have to ream these holes out a little bit. Wait. Almost thought I had it. So I'm going to either have to ream these part holes out. Well, was it supposed to have doors opening, or were they supposed to be glued? There we go. I think it sounded like one side went in. Close. That's weird that it didn't come with hinges. I buy a lot of used kits. Was it a used kit or a new kit? So that's one side. Okay, I'm going to have to try and push this thing back out. And I put all my drills away today. That's not good that you get a brand new kit that's that bad off. Actually, instead of using a drill bit, let me see if I can push it out with this. Maybe try one more time. Because it looks, what it looks like is this hole on this one side isn't quite big enough. Well, that popping I felt earlier was the pin snapping off, so that pin is no more. Where's my tape? And I think there is aftermarket for these parts here, and I think all they do is light up. So let me put a drop of glue up here. Put it up there out of the way so that I'll forget about it, and then set something that I really need in it, and make this a really entertaining night. Put some glue back here. Probably end up snapping off this other pin. Okay, nope. Okay, a lot of work for a little dash. And then this part flips around. So you got a couple of screw holes here. These two right here. These two screw holes right here with the lugs that stick up. And the wider part here goes down this direction. So that, yeah, it forms your steering wheel column. That's a couple of IP screws. See if I can get these lined up the first time. Interesting. It says IP screws, but they don't fit. No, that one doesn't fit, so that must not be an IP. The mystery screw, we'll put it here. You would think that, John, but there is the thing too. When was that kit made? Because kits have gone up phenomenally in the last couple of years, and especially since we've all been in lockdown, because more people are doing things like this. Come on. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to be coming off the edge of the table like that. Can still get a fingernail under there. I think I'm still using the wrong size screw bit. Let's see if this fits. Holy moly! Depends on the kit. Some of them are here too. Okay. $60 is pretty steep depending on the kit. And so there's the dash, steering column completed. I need to watch that sometime. I am not that good with an airbrush, although I'm getting better. By the way, speaking of prices of kits, I don't know if any of you guys go to Model Expo, but they've got some of the semi kits on sale. Okay, so that goes in here. Like this. Okay, so this gap down here is where the bottom of the steering column will rest. And then this slot here where the steering column goes through, there's also a slot right here. So it'll just sit in there like that. And then 2 more IP screws. 2, not 7 or 17. That's the one thing about having a magnetic screwdriver. You pick them all up at once. So set that in there. That one started. Donnie, I don't know if you saw it on Discord, but I found some minis for Friday. They're not minis per se. They're actually figures for the Black Pearl. So I will be on Friday, most likely. So more of the dash finished. You can see the brake pedal here. I need to actually, I need something. See if I can get scan lines. I can, even though I put it on anti-scan. Right? It's not supposed to be doing that. Brake pedal still works. I hate the fact that they had me put the brake pedal in so long ago, because every time I set this thing down, I'm setting it right on that brake pedal. They're not that tiny. Actually, the minis that or the figures for the Black Pearl are about the same size as the Archer that Eric did. All right, so that is stage 39. For stage 40, ammeter, clock, and spotlight handle. So stage 40, where are you? Stage 40. Let's set this part over here. You guys will be glad to know, Eric and Donnie, that I built, Eric, Donnie, and Spencer actually, that I built myself a wet palette today. I are learning things. Okay, here's the top of the dash. Come on. And again, the GM QR scan spot. On here, in here, we have the handle for the spotlight. Oh, the ammeter. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The camera suddenly stopped. Not sure if you saw the handle for the spotlight, but you got the handle for the spotlight, the ammeter, Looks like a door handle. I don't think it is. It's probably the oh shit handle for the dash. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a grill, what it's supposed to be. And 3 EP screws. So these two can go back. Yeah, it would have been nice if I'd have had one on Sunday, because every time I put a couple drops of paint out, I did a little bit of brushing, and then I'd go back later and get a couple more drops of paint. Appreciate it, John. Appreciate anybody who subs. So the ammeter goes in the circular slot over here. Let me see, 40B. Used, okay. So the ammeter, the first one I showed you, the one that shows how much the generator's putting out, goes on the upper left, and then the clock I suppose you could call this a clock. It looks like it might be noon. Let me see if I can get that to where it's not focusing. I apologize for the way that the camera is acting right now. I suppose you could see that as a clock. Yes, Donnie, watch and subscribe, please. Or not. Whatever floats your boat. As a matter of fact, we were talking about that yesterday on Discord. Somebody who shall remain nameless. Okay, we'll name King. Building for 50 years. Wow. But Kenny yesterday was talking about the fact that he needed to get more subscribers, and I said, dude, those 3 words, like and subscribe. I don't expect I will ever get to the point where Kenny's at with 3,200 subscribers, multiple websites going, huge fan base. That's okay. I do this. I do my streams for you guys because it's fun for me. The like button, smash the like button. Smash it. Wow, that's all out of kilter there. Smash it so hard you break it. See if I can get that in there straight and get it to stay in there straight. There is a keyway, but apparently the keyway is not holding. That's funny. I've got the screwdriver or the screw completely out. And I've got the ammeter completely upside down. You'll get 3,000 someday, Donnie. Donnie's not a smartass. The smartass is the guy that's on this side of the screen, actually. Oh, never mind. The screw is still in there. I thought it was out. That's why black screws on a black background are interesting. So now if I can hold that in there, the right spot, every time I tighten the screw, it turns the gauge. Think? There, got it. Kenny just popped up. Yes, absolutely. As we each get more members, especially if we talk about HLI, we'll get more people over there. Kenny just popped up on the on Discord. I'm sure you guys saw it too. No heat till tomorrow. Somebody ask him, since I can't really, ask him what they found. If it was just the blower like he thought. Hopefully it's something simple like that. Come on. The clock went in a whole lot easier. So that's the clock. That's the ammeter. This says insert narrow notch, blah, blah, blah. It says it's simply pushed in place and not screwed. Doesn't say anything about glued for the handle for the spotlight. Let's see if it'll even fit in there. Yeah, simply pushed in place. And then when you put the parts back into storage, it's simply knocked off too. Well, now that should stay. We'll see. If it gets knocked off or broken, I will be emailing them and going, hey! Hydromatic quadrant. So I guess that hydromatic from Greece is an actual thing. I'm looking to see. I think it goes this way around. Could be wrong. All of us watch Kenny all the time, John. I think all of us, at least, I want to say at least three or four of us are on Discord with him all the time. So let me see if I can get that in there. I got little hands. Well, relatively speaking, I've got little hands, not tiny. And I'm having trouble getting it lined up with those little holes. Exactly. Has this got any stick left to it? Of course not. Ton of blankets, every man for himself. I'm sleepy. So apparently, Kenny's gonna let his family freeze if it comes down to it. He's going to the Jeep. That sucks to lose your furnace like he did. Damn. Eric was off watching minis when we talked to Kenny earlier about space heaters. Because he just asked him if they have any electric heaters, and Kenny doesn't have any. That's where we were fortunate when our furnace went out. We had a ton of space heaters. And ours didn't go out per se. It didn't stop working. They just told us not to operate it because it's dangerous. Because there was a crack in the heat exchanger. The funny thing is that doesn't make it to where it's going to explode. It just makes it to where it could be bad. Our winter wasn't bad here until 2 weeks ago. It's kind of funny because 2 weeks ago it was down around 0, and this week, well, tomorrow it's supposed to be up to 64 here, which means Donnie's probably going to be running around in shorts and a t-shirt because he's south of me. Okay, not these. Wow, minus 30 still? Where are you at, John? I know you're in Canada, but where at in Canada? I'm not quite there yet, Donnie. Tomorrow I probably will be. Come on. Got one side in, and the other side's like, I don't know about this. And it's funny when they do these little bitty chrome parts like this, or these little parts like this, just to make you feel like you got enough out of it, or got your money's worth out of a stage. See if I can get that up far enough to where the other one will drop in. That was close. The tile monster was eyeing this part. Eric, if you didn't like that mental picture of Donnie, picture me this summer and last summer. Where I will be working in here with just shorts, and I'll have a polo shirt hanging up so that I can actually just grab it should somebody call me and we want to go video. Oh shit, Donnie said Goofy. Unfortunately, this Goofy doesn't have shorts. Wonder if I could get a Goofy with shorts. Okay, that was a lot of work for 4 little silver parts, but there's the hydromatic quadrant, clock, the ammeter, and the light, the handle for the light. And that was it for stage 39. See, everybody but Eric likes the Goofy cam. I think that's going to remain a part of the show no matter what. Shut it! There, I did that for you, Eric. Is that better? Now, if we were all together, it would be one of these things of we would say every time Goofy shows up on camera, yeah, you got to take a drink. I'm going to take a drink because Goofy was on the camera. Okay. That's a nice dash. So actually, I'm going to flip back to the page for this, just so that I can see. Oops. Yeah, that's the car parts. Screws, screws, more screws, and more screws. So 41A, that's the radio receiver, instrument panel box. Oh no, this is the instrument panel box. That's the instrument panel. G is the dashboard trim. That's the radio face. A couple of little black pieces. These are going to be holding wires in, I think. Exactly. Now with more Goofy Can. I don't think that would get me subscribers though if I had advertised that. It's just a gimmick. Matter of fact, I should stop because I might lose a subscriber named Eric eventually. I don't think I will, but you never know. All right, so put screws away. Apparently, Shu just said something to Kenny. I didn't catch it. What's going to be funny is Shu's going to come show up over here, unless she is. Shu, are you here? Shu's going to show up over here later going, I missed it. Damn it. AP. Eric will love Goofy by the time this is all over. Think. Yeah, that mystery screw is a J. Wow. I wouldn't order $100 or 6 bottles of paint from Spain. I know that, what is it? Ochre. They're relatively inexpensive coming from Spain, and anything from them still costs quite a bit. I don't know. Did I say kiss it? I just sit here and babble while I'm building, Eric. You know that. Half the time I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Like here. While we were on Goofy Can, I didn't know where I put it. I removed the top of this. Oh, I put it right here. And now, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was just trying to open it again. The exchange for the euro is murder for anybody right now. I've bought some things from over there, and it is just horrendous how much it costs. Oh, that's what that is. It's a whole bunch of little bitty. Oh, the old radios with the push buttons for tuning. Except for that's not the radio. That goes up on the dash. So it says to push this in, and it looks like the little buttons are on top. It is the radio receiver. Hopefully these will go in better than the ones on the main dash did. It's kind of funny that this is the radio receiver and that it goes on top of the dash. Holy cow! I didn't think it ever got that low. I mean, I remember 75 cents, the loonie to the American dollar, but never 50 cents. It's not as bad as the worst I've ever seen a currency against the US dollar. At one point, it was like 10,000 Turkish lira or worse to the dollar. So instead of continuing to fight with this thing again, let's see if this is bigger than that. No, of course not. Not going to drill, but I can just do a little bit of reaming it out. Same on this one. That's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss, man. Okay, this looks like it should go in. Kenny's talking about he's going to get a generator for power outages, and he did mention on Discord today that he's installing a gas fireplace, which will be really good. It's unfortunate that they don't have it in yet. Come on. Man, these pieces are being a pain in the ass tonight. I know you were trying to set up a Patreon page, John. Did that ever come through? Or Patreon? Really don't want to knock the paint off these buttons, but I think I'm starting to. Okay. When in doubt, snip off the pins and just glue it. No gasps from anybody in the audience? I just cut parts off of a really expensive model. So now let me take a look at these. It looks like the small ones go on top. Hey, look at that. I told you guys. I told you I would forget about it and I'd set something in there. I don't know if you can, there, you see it? Super glue. I told you I'd do that. It's exactly why I put it there. Fortunately, it was mostly dry. Now, where did I put the super glue? Ah, there. I know me. Know me so well. So I put the glue up there. So I can put something in here. Okay. It's unfortunate you haven't gotten any donations yet, John. Keep at it. Something should happen. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Autofocus continuous. Oh gosh. Is that any better, Spence? No, it's not. Well, let's try Goofy. A little bit too close. Let me slide OBS over to this side and see. Okay. Sorry, Eric. Goofy just popped up, man. I think that's a little bit better. Is that focus better for you guys? I just need to remember to move up a little closer. Okay, so this is this other little bitty one. Wow. Little bitty black piece, 2 white blobs, and 2 little bitty pins on the back. The way things are going tonight, those pins are not going to stay there for long because I'm not fighting with this one. If it doesn't go pop right in, I'm going to cut them off and glue them. Yeah. Same thing, it's going to fight with me there. So, off with the pins. Of course, 4 stages from now, it's going to say, take these parts back out. And I'm going to be like, well, I'm going to be like Eric every time Goofy shows up. Sorry. Let me point this thing a little bit closer. And I didn't show you guys, but you see those 2 little holes down there? It is extremely difficult to get the pins to go straight in there. So just a dab of glue in there. And the white blobs go on the top. Don't go in there sideways. And now you'd never know that it isn't, neither of those is on the pins that they're supposed to be. Except for that bottom one is still a little off kilter. That's better. This goes on top of here. Two pins there. One's an actual pin, the other one's a screw hole. Match up with these here. Oh, and there's a pin here on the back. Sorry. There's a pin right here on the back that goes into this hole right here. And actually, one of these are both screw holes. It just looked like one was a pinhole or a lug. So turn it over and find those screws holes. JPs go in there. Only two. Only two. That's what Noah kept telling the rabbits. Or, yeah, Noah. It's an old Bill Cosby joke. Wow. You would think they would put something in there so you could actually see it. It should be a white piece or something. See if I can get this one started, then I can put the pin back in. Nope, I thought I had it started. It's in there. Just came out. Maybe. There we go. That one started. We get this one started and tighten them both down. So, radio is attached to the dash using those two screws and that pin back there. Put this over here so as not to put it back in the glue. I'm not using this piece yet. Nice. You can see on this piece here, the 3 holes on the back. I'm sure there are going to be 3 lights, 3 LEDs that go in there. That is not bad, other than there's a chip on it. Hopefully that chip is not going to show too badly. I don't know if it's lined like it is on my screen, but that is the instrument clutch. Oh, it's on the bottom actually, the chip. I don't know if you can see it, but when I look at it up close, you know, when I actually not up close, when I hold it out like this to where I can see it, I see the speedometer. So this sits on here. This just sits on here like this. And then it comes from the back like that and fits inside with 2 screws going through. And that chip that I saw, you won't see it, but the hydromatic quadrant, I think it's just a it's basically a sway gauge. Probably hydromatic quadrant has just got a little ball in there with some water. Okay. So these are AP screws. God, I hope. Yeah. Damn it. Note to self: do not drag clear plastic parts across dirty bench. shouldn't be that visible when it's in there, but there. A little bit still there. I created a little bit of a rub mark on there, but it's not really visible unless you're looking for it. So that screw goes in there. Schumann just asked Kenny what's for dinner. Said basically, Kelly, what's for dinner? Except for he said, what MRE is Kelly making for dinner? On Discord. Okay, tighten that down. See if I can tighten it to where I can snap the plastic. That's always a good thing. Let's see. Nope, still loose. Still a little bit loose on that side. See, this is where I'm supposed to put my thumb, right on top of that side light handle, and snap it off. Let's see. Okay, that should be good. There. Like that speedometer the way it looks. Let me see. No, I don't have any light right handy. So that can go over there because now we're grabbing this thing and this little bitty radio. The little bitty radio gets held in from the back by 2 EP screws. Thanks, Donnie. And of course the little bitty radio fell out. And it doesn't show. I'm just guessing that. Yeah, that's right. I was just looking at it and it doesn't really show which way is up on it. You gotta have better eyes than I do to really be able to see. Come on. That's part of the problem. We've got the Mondo bit in there. Much better. The bad thing about, I'm sure you guys know, the bad thing about using the wrong size bit on these screws is it chews up the heads, making it impossible to get them the rest of the way in or back out at all. Let me move these and hopefully I remember the glue's there this time. So now this part here fits inside the dash. Let me see, where's that? There. Like that. I've seen dashes like that before too. That's pretty nice. And then 2 IP screws. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. There's a lot to this issue. because I still have one more pack after this to go. So where does it say? So let me show you guys what I'm about to screw into. So these two lugs here stick out about 1/4 of an inch, sink down into the hole in the dash here. And I only mentioned that because there's a bunch of, it looks like a bunch of small parts. Oh yeah, small parts holding wires in that are going to go in next. There's a bunch of holes for that. So this one will go in here. I tell you what, guys, I can't wait to get issue 19. I've seen pictures. It's when you get the body of the Ecto, and it is huge. At that point, I'm going to have to figure out a new camera setup, because this, once I start working on the actual body, this thing won't fit in screen. So pushing wires, mainline switch. Okay, so 41E is the smaller one here, I believe. 41E. Begin by pushing the main light switch cover 41E into the round slot left of the dashboard upper panel. So this hole right here. Wire 38E. Stay. There. So my wires. From several, well, not several stages ago, but a while ago. H, F, E, C, so this is E. The plug goes out this way, so this switch, push button switch, is going to go in here into the back of this thing. And it looks like the wires they show coming out the bottom. That's going to be pretty awesome. Then one of these. Find it interesting that the other legs of this switch are still here. They're that way on all of them. Oh wow, more screws. So these are KPs. Tiny, tiny, tiny screws. Because did I get both of them? Since that's the first one of those, I need to peel this off of here, this label, if I can. Peel the label off, put it on the container lid so that I can identify what screws those are. So this gets an EP screw. One of these puppies. The This is where you need an extra hand or 3. So these are all the same. I don't know if you can see it up in here. You can almost see it. There's a pin and a screw hole, or there's a pinhole and a screw hole, and on here there's a pin and a screw. There's a pin in the screw hole. Is this going to fit between those? No, it's not. But it's going to fit that way. That's why the legs are still on the micro switch. So instead of going with the wire up and down, the micro switch goes in there with the wire to the right. So that I can drop this part down inside of it. See if I can get it all the way down in there. Wow, I'm taking this handle off before I break it off. I have a feeling that's not going as far in as it should be. Okay. Let me see if I can put this in using the screw to hold it. Lost the plastic piece. I will continue trying to talk, guys, but this is fiddly. This is where most people would go, I'll be right back, and half a second later they come back on screen and everything's wonderful, and they don't tell you that they took an hour and a half to get this one piece in here. Come on. Love my magnetic screwdriver. Hang on. No. Correct tool for the correct job. It's not that I can't see it because it's too small. I can't see it because it's too dark. Damn it. That piece fell off. Try this again. Get this sat in there, at least close. And I can tell I grabbed the wrong pair of these. I'm going to have to probably get new batteries in here. Get in that hole. Get in there. Damn it. Damn it. And it's flipping over with the screw in it. Damn it. By the way, there went my PG rating again. Get in there. There's actually a lot of people doing this kit on YouTube there, John. One of the guys I watch from Great Britain's doing it as well. World Wayne. But he's doing multiples, and I think he's actually comped on the kit. Damn it! Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to yell. Come on. I can see the screw hole. It's lined up to where I should be able to do this. Come on. Come on. Be nice to me. Come on. I've got it, the screw in, but the switch is coming out, which means the pin is not in. Come on. Something ain't right, because that switch is currently depressed. I think. Let me try backing this bastard out just a little bit more. Tighten just a hair. Sorry guys if I'm off camera, but I'm very, okay, quarter turned back. A little bit more. Okay. So that's the switch in there. The screw is not all the way in, but when here, let me put it over by the mic. You can hear the micro switch engaging. So that's that one. Figure C says to put this bad boy in. Let me see. I know there's going to be more need for light. So I have two of these puppies. Let me see. That one's better. So this one goes in the center hole, goes in this hole here. And oh, by the way, there's the headlight switch that I just did. That one drops in there like that. This one has a keyway. I wonder. No, it can't be. I was going to say, I wonder if there's a keyway on the headlight switch, but even if there is, it's on there because it's out all the way. So let me grab this thing. There's the keyway. So it looks like that when it's in there. It's another EP screw. I'm just going to leave a few out because I have plenty. And I'm sure that they're all going to be EPs. EP screw in 38C. Just to show you guys the way I know which wires they are. Is there's a little, where'd it go? It's not focusing. There's the C. And it was, we got these in stage 38. I think. I don't know. Yeah, 38, which was the one right before we started this one, or started this book. So it's got it coming out to the right as well. Actually, let me make sure. Okay, switch works. Comes out to the right as well. Flip this around. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing it by the screw hole to try and set it in there as best I can into the hole where it needs to go. It's tipped over and all over the place now. Far enough in there I almost can't get it. There we go. Grab that screw hole again. This time see if I can set it down into the set the pin into the hole, because the other time, the last one, I didn't get the pin into the hole first. That one's good. Screw on the screwdriver. Gently knock the screw off the screwdriver so I can't use it. Screw's still there. I can see the screw hole. Come on. It's right in there. I think she's, yeah, she's threaded. Stay in there, wire. Can't tell. Whoops. Push the button and something didn't feel right. Feels like the whole thing is coming loose. Of course, Kenny's going to be like, he watches these videos and he's going to be like, yeah, that's like the Titanic. Nope. Come on, switch. Don't do this to me. Switch is rotating. That's the problem. Which means that screw's got a long ways to go. I'm going to have to get it further in the build series I'm watching on this thing and see what people have done to get this one to stay in, because this one's not playing nice at all. Because I can still push the switch all the way out. It's almost like this is not catching in the peg hole. It's just not tightening down far enough. Much as I hate to. I'm going to take that screw out. See if I can hold this thing in place by the switch. Hang on. I hope I haven't chewed that screw up too much. Let me see if I got something else that will fit. So I can see the cross point in there. I'm just not getting any grip on it. It's too big. Maybe this one. Throw that one away because that screw is chewed up. Let me try one of these other ones. Actually, because it looks like I can just about slide the switch underneath this after it's threaded, I'm going to try something different. Come on. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize for being so quiet, guys. This is a pain in my ass right now. My flight line's starting to come out. Come on. So I'm just not sure if the pin is fitting down in the hole, but it should be. That one looks like it's in there. Put this back to center so you guys might be able to see part of it. God Pardon my swearing, please. Pieces flying everywhere. Buck swearing. What the hell's the world coming to? Come on. Get on there. Stop it. Get on that hole. Get the hole straight. Now to see if I can put this back under. Yes, exactly, Donnie. Let me see if I can slip this switch in here where it's supposed to be. And it's gonna play ugly duckling or something here. Okay. Let's back it up just a hair. Not enough to fall out. By the way, guys, as funny as it may sound, I actually do this on when I'm alone too. I talk to the parts like this. When I'm trying to do something like this. No, that's not going to work. That's got to come all the way out. Damn it. I will sit here and I will fight with something like this. I will start talking to it, telling it this is what I want it to do. And it's like, whatever, dude. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to turn over. Of course, you're facing the wrong way. Okay, come on. Play nice. That fell right in there. I hope it's in the right spot. I will tell you guys, not sure how much further I'm going to go tonight. I want to finish this stage, but I may not do 42. Damn it. But you don't have, yeah, there is Goofy. He is watching. Actually, I think Goofy is part of the reason that things go well for me. He's my mascot. He's been hanging out in my shop for over a year now. Come on. God. You went in there so nicely before. Of course, that's when I was holding the switch. Let me get back to holding that switch in place. Get in there. And it's not hitting the hole. The pin is not hitting the backside, I can tell. Actually, I think I just got it. Get in there. Come on. It's your hole. You want to go home. I'm going all Happy Gilmore on the model now. Interesting. You tighten this all the way down and see if it actually makes contact, if the switch makes contact at all. It's a little bit better. It's too far. Yay, I have contact with the switch. Are we talking current PG or old school PG rating? Oh, yeah. I think we've gone to R already. Let's see. So that's 2. Oh, yay. They want me to do 3 switches at once now. And that would be, oh. Look at that, guys. Remember I said I think there's 3 lights for the dash? I found 3 lights for the dash. So rolling this back up like this. So 38D. That's what she said. B, D. It's 38D. These are going to be a lot easier because I don't have to switch in front of them first. These just stick through the dash. So let me show you. You have those holes there for the radio. And there, let's see. You can barely see it. I can barely see it. Right here, there's a knob, or a button, very small one. But these, since I'm not fighting over top of a switch or the housing here, I can actually just go in and lay it straight on top of it, or I should be able to. Famous last words. Hang on. I think it's time, guys. Goofy cam! I feel better. I got Goofy cam on, so I feel better. Okay, that's a little bit further back than it's supposed to be. Get you up there where you're supposed to be. That should be lined up just perfect. Now I'm going to put a screw in it and screw it all up because I'm going to miss. See? I don't think you can see it, but I just moved the little piece that holds the switch in. Come on, fit in there. Oh. I closed my eyes, meditated for a half a second there, and it should be in. Wow, I'm not sure how you're, wow, it's too tight. Not sure how you're ever going to reach that switch. But see, what I was talking about just a second ago is the housing on these two switches. I'm fighting to get past this part here to get those switches. And that one's still loose as hell. God bless it. We're leaving it. It's still working. Okay, so 38D, 38B, not quite as big. Goofy. Yes, Goofy, named Eric. Eric left a while ago, and I don't know that he ever came back. So maybe when I put this one in, nice bend on those wires on the. There you can see the switch a little bit better, or the button. Okay. Maybe that's what those are still there for, is they're supposed to be bent over. That was a bad way to put that. But they're supposed to be bent over the switch holder. Excuse me. I felt it coming on, so I didn't even get near this thing. Oh, okay. So that's a little bit loose still. Switch over to the screwdriver. That should be fine. It's not going to fall out. 38D. 38. Oh, yeah. Skip that one. Go back over here to. That's funny. E, C, D, B. I'm looking at the switches I have. G. It has no A. I have F, which they want 38A for. Figure F, figure G, they want 38G for. That doesn't look like a G to me. That doesn't look like a G to me, but you cannot mistake this part. So their instructions must be wrong. They just say to push these in here with a sledgehammer. Come on, all three of you need to go in at the same time. There we go. So now the lights are in the back of the speedometer, or odometer, speedometer gauges. Just looking. So it says E, which E is really short. And gray. C looks right. D has a green wire. I'm going to plug this last one in, and I'm not going to go any further than this because I'm not going to put this dash together. Let me see. Yeah, because these are going to be more, these parts here are going to be more of the dash, and they're going to be more that has to go together. I have to do some research on this because I'm looking at these wires and the color codes on here, and A is white. B is white here. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to just plug this one in because this one looks like it should be over here. And that could be the whole problem I've been having, is that I've got the wrong wires in the wrong spots because that's what they gave me. Those bastards. So let me get this slid in here. Hopefully this one won't fight me too much. And we'll do an outro and call it a night. And I'll do the repair of this to get it right. This is one of the things that I don't like about DeAgostini, is you have to go find the errors they made from somewhere else. Agora models, bless them, because they provide an addendum in the model kit in the stage you get that the error is made. They provide an addendum and tell you this is what's wrong, use this, do this instead of this, and everything will turn out great. Once I'm done with the Ecto and with the Enterprise D, which should be starting this month, I very likely will be done with not DeAgostini, but Eagle Moss. DeAgostini is also pretty good at what they do. But when it doesn't even fit. Okay, guys, change of plans. Sorry, blow my nose real quick. Okay. So let me put this inside of here. Take this light off. I want to lose this. So at this point, I'm going to call this a live stream because I've got wires there, but I think I know why that one was such a pain in the ass to get in there, and why I had to back one out. You know, why they just weren't working. So let me switch cameras. One last shot of Goofy. Okay. So yeah, guys, what I'm looking at is when I'm looking at the page versus the wires, I think the wires in the book are just all wrong. It's that, I mean, on this last page, it says this is what it should look like. And the shortest wire is right here. And that's closer to the longest wire here. So, like I said, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do a little bit of research tonight. Or not tonight. I'm not going to do anything more on the model tonight. But tomorrow, the next day, once I figure out what's wrong, I will do not a live stream, but what I'll do is I will do a short recording showing what is wrong with the model. Still missing one. There it is. Showing what was wrong with the instructions. That's why that was so funky. Sorry, I'm putting away tools and I'm getting sidetracked. But I will do a short video explaining what was wrong with the instructions, so that if anybody is actually using my videos to figure out this thing, great. At least I can help you there. But I'm having a good time with it. It's just that it's frustrating when the parts are misidentified, similar to when there are no numbers on either on the kit instructions or on the sprue for a plastic model. It's a good kit. I'm looking forward to what's coming, because now that we've done several stages of building the frame, the good stuff is starting to come. The dash pieces like that. Hopefully this will be the last time I have a major issue like this. Usually they find them and they do some sort of addendum. This time they didn't. Like I said, Eagle Moss, not surprising to me. If it was Agora models, it would blow my mind if it was like that. So, like I said, I'm going to call it an evening. We're at 2 hours, which is what my normal is for a live stream. One of these days I'll figure out how to make it shorter, probably by doing less stuff in each one. But I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you enjoyed it. Those of you who have not already, like and subscribe. Come over to HLI and subscribe there as well. Great place. Most of the people that I know in the modeling community, that's where I met them. And there's always somebody, there's not always somebody there, but there's always people willing to give a hand. If you run into something, just drop a line onto the forums. Join first, of course, but drop a line onto the forums and say, hey, can you guys help me out with that? Like I said earlier tonight, look forward to the Black Pearl on next Tuesday. This weekend, I'm going to figure out those stupid hammocks. I still haven't done it. I have an idea. I have a really good idea, and I think I'm just going to sew something together on them. And if it doesn't work, so be it. I'll press on without it. With that, have a great evening, and I'll catch you on the flip side.